Everybody, good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hang on. Drew's a little out of the picture there. Gotta get Drew in there. All right, we'll say some good mornings, see how y'all are doing. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. LSU in Tiger Stadium today for their second scrimmage of fall camp. They did not practice yesterday. Was told yesterday morning that they were basically going to treat yesterday just like a Friday before a game. So, just a walk through and film basically. So as to really give everybody a day off. They'll scrimmage with the guys that are able, and they'll do controlled settings to make sure that they prevent any other type of possible injury. So all that's really good to know, to hear, to see. So we'll see how that goes. I told you on AFR yesterday, kind of things I was looking for. Definitely want the offensive line to have a better day. See if we can see them not really get dominated like they did last week. I want to see the running backs come along. Curious to see if Mike Jones can emerge. Thought we'd hear more from Mike by this point, but in 2 weeks of practice. Remember, he wasn't here in the spring, so 2 weeks of practice, and then, after this Monday, they're getting ready for UCLA. So here we go. All right, let's say some good mornings. See what y'all got. Oops. Please, if you're on Facebook, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. If you are on YouTube with us here, smash that like button. You know the drill. We appreciate y'all for being here. Let's see. Boom. All right. Okay. Joey Vincent, good morning. Travis Laurent, good morning. Consider it smashed. I appreciate that. Hey, Arthur Coco, good morning. Akeem Williams, no injuries today, fingers crossed. I agree with you. That's, for any scrimmage, for any fall camp, that's always really the number one objective, is get out of there as healthy as you can. I know a lot of people have questioned if it's LSU, if they're doing anything different. Man, it's one of the reasons that I do around the SEC, because it kind of gives you an indicator that what else happened around the league. I mean, Georgia has been crushed by injuries so far in camp. South Carolina's had a few, including their starting quarterback, also Luke Doty. Missouri has been battling it too. So it happens almost everywhere, man. It's football. So you're smart about it, navigate it best you can. Hey, Jeff McKithney, good morning from Grand Isle. All right, man. Hope they're biting today. Hey, Dad, good morning. How about the Yankees? Yeah, man, won again last night. It crushed Minnesota. By the way, this was, Dad, the series that, had we gone to New York with Papa, that we were going to go see, was the Minnesota series. Talked about that over the summer. Was, hey, before football starts, what if we fly up to New York with Papa, go see a Yankees game? This was the one I could do. We'd flown up on a Friday, hung out in the city, go to the game on Saturday, come back on Sunday. Could have been there. Well, today they got a day game today. I think it's noon. It's a nooner. 12:05 FS1, by the way. Let's go. And I'm mostly pumped up because I believe I have now overtaken Mac Chuili. Let's see, Yanks at 52 losses. The Cubs are at 70 losses. So he had 17 and a half, and we're at 18 now. So as long as the Yankees have a better record than the Cubs the rest of the way, I win. Brian Wynn, good morning. Kelly Presley, Kevin Tobler, have you given your prediction for the season yet? Yeah, man, I've been giving it for months. I think they're 9-3. I think they lose to Bama. I think they lose at Ole Miss, and I think they split, or they go 2 out of 3 in the home games against Auburn, Florida, and A&M. I think they'll beat Auburn at home. I think Florida and A&M, they probably split those, probably beating Florida, losing to A&M, as much as I hate to say it. But I think they're 9-3. And hopefully that 9-3 is good enough to get them back in the New Year's Six like it was in 2018. Like, I'll remind you, they were 9-3 in 2017 and went to the Citrus Bowl. That's because that included a blowout loss to Mississippi State, a loss to Troy. The best win that year in 17 was probably the 17-16 win on the road at Florida. You did have the comeback win against Auburn, who, when you played them, was ranked 10th. That was the DJ Chark punt return. But overall, you know, that's why you landed in the Citrus that year. But the next year, you know, you were the 7 overtime game away from being 10-2. You crushed number 3 Georgia. I mean, you beat top 10 Miami in the opener. You had some really nice wins. You went on the road and beat Auburn in the Cole Tracy kick game. So that got you into the New Year's Six. So I think that's my hope, is if they go 9-3 again, it looks good enough to get them back into the New Year's Six. But I think 22 is the squad. I think I've said a bunch. I think next year, the year when all the guys that were freshmen last year, Max Johnson and Keishon Boutte and Coy Moore and Jaqueline Roy and Jay Ward and Elias Ricks and like all the Jordan Tolles, all those guys, when all those guys are juniors, that's the squad. Let's see. Adrian Jean, morning from the West Side. What's up, man? Hope everything's good there in the PA. Port Allen. Mark Borch. Good morning, Mark. Have an awesome day. Same to you. Dustin Cruel, good morning. Reagan Lee. Our basketball team seems so stacked right now. Then we added Justice Williams. How far do you think this team could go? Do you think Will Wade could bring home a natty? Now, Reagan Lee, I'm curious. Were you listening to AFR yesterday? Curious if you were listening to AFR yesterday. Because yesterday, I went all in. I would highly recommend, if you did not hear it, go listen to AFR. It was an hour 2, around 4:30. So midway point of hour 2 yesterday, Reagan and I went all in, and predicted this LSU basketball team to go to the Final Four. I think they're a Final Four team. The deepest, most talented team Wade has had. He has expertly navigated the transfer portal. He has ball handlers, he has scorers, he has size. He's got a great mix of veterans and newcomers. I would highly, highly, highly recommend, if you did not hear it, you go back and listen. Or watch. I'd watch, actually. I would watch. Go to the 1045 ESPN YouTube channel and watch. Let's see. Mark Allen, which player have you been asked more about, Pancake or Emery? Who's Pancake? I don't know who Pancake is. And well, you're probably talking about Cardell Thomas. I'm asked more about Cardell Thomas than anybody. And Emery is Emery, by the way. Just an FYI. No big, just an FYI. But Cardell, you ask more about him than anybody. Blake DeVilliers, haven't heard anything about any football teams dealing with COVID numbers compared to last year. Opinions. That's because basically everybody's vaccinated. Remember, and it's not a comment on the vaccine. We'll talk about it. But remember, the rule is if you're 85% vaccinated or more, above, then your testing goes down. And remember, Blake, the bigger issue last year wasn't just positive tests, it was contact tracing. What time did you start? 7:30, maybe 7:40. It wasn't just the positive test, it was contact tracing. So if a lineman was positive and he'd been in a meeting room with all the other linemen when all the other linemen were out 10 to 14 days, so that wiped out a whole position group. Now, if you're vaccinated, you do not have to subscribe to the contact tracing rules. If you're vaccinated and someone's positive, you don't have to go sit because of contact tracing. So that's a giant reason why all these players and teams and coaches were pushed to vaccinate, because it lessened the restrictions of the burden and basically insured a season. But that's why. Mark Allen, how'd you come up with the name for the radio show? We actually, so I started AFR in 2010. It was February of 2010. And I remember when we were coming up with a name for it, the only thing was they didn't want it just my name. They didn't want the Matt Moscona Show. So we're trying to think of sports-related phrases. And after further review, of course, is what referees say after a review, a replay review, instant replay review. After further review, rule on the field stance. And so we went with that. And initially, the idea was to go find a bunch of clips of officials saying, like, doing that, coming back onto the field to give their call, like that further. But what I found more of actually was after review and upon further review. Like, that's what refs say more on the field than, at least as I noticed we were looking for it. They didn't say after further review. They would say, like, after review or upon further review. Like, they would use the wrong preposition. Or maybe I used the wrong preposition. Maybe it should have been UFR, upon further review. But the other thing, too, is, of course, airplane mode, sorry. The other thing, too, is, if you remember, Pardon the Interruption had become such a massive show, and they went by 3 letters. They went by PTI, and everybody knows what PTI is. And that was the whole idea of branding AFR. After further review, AFR, to be able to brand it around 3 letters and people know what it is. So that's how. Way too much thought went into it, obviously, but that's how. Brad Jones, good morning from Wichita Falls, Texas. Alton Humphrey, good morning. Can't wait till September the 4th. I'll be in that number, section 24H. Do you any numbers on tickets bought by LSU fans? I've been told it's around 16,000. I have not, Alton. I would be really, really surprised if there were only 16,000 LSU fans at that game. Because remember, you have fans that didn't travel at all last year, that have money saved, that have been wanting to make this trip forever. That's one. The destination, LA, of course, is going to bring a lot of people. But remember also, every LSU alum that's on the West Coast is going to go to this game. Like, if you live in Los Angeles or San Diego or San Francisco, like if you're an LSU alum on the West Coast, LSU's never a car ride away from you. So they're going to go. Like, there's going to be a ton of LSU fans at the game. It will probably be, I don't know if I would go a 50-50 split. That's assuming it's capacity, because it may not be. I don't know if y'all saw yesterday, but UCLA announced they're giving free admission to students for the game. I think they know what's coming. Like, they know LSU is coming, and they don't want LSU to take over the stadium. Let's see. Damon Hinderberger, good morning. Brian and Andy Penn. Morning, Matt, from Minster, Ohio, headed to Salt Lake City. If Saw and was bruh, Brian, if you're driving when you type these, I mean, respect, but maybe hand the phone to Annie and let her type them down. Let's see. If Saw was coach in the fretful 90s, do you think you could have kept all the good talent like Dunn and Minor? If Saban, that's got to be the Saban. It's got to be if Saban was the coach. Okay. If Saban was the coach in the 90s, could have kept all talent. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the greatest coach ever. If he had that opportunity in the mid 90s instead of 1999 when he got the job in December of 99, absolutely, I have no doubt. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Trey Haydet, good morning. Mayhem Santana, good morning. Let's see. Saw a passing chart of Max. Why doesn't he throw it in the deep middle of the field? He didn't even make an attempt. So that's a very... Hey, babe. Do you want to do Ask E-Rock today? We haven't done it so long. Oh, wow. We're going to have an Ask E-Rock day. It has been a minute. So without actually watching the games and seeing the plays, like, it's really hard to give you a blanket answer to that. I mean, what if the play was called into the flat? What if he was taking a deep shot down the sideline? Sometimes the reason you avoid the middle of the field is because that's where turnovers happen. If you throw to the sideline, you have the boundary, right, where either your guy gets it or nobody gets it. So if you're trying to avoid turnovers, throw it to the boundary. Anyway, it's just impossible to answer that question without like watching the game film to see all the passes. Strong side, good morning, Scone. How's the family? We're good, man. Thank you. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Smash that like button. Appreciate that. YouTube, we got 42 watching on YouTube, only 16 likes. Let's smash that like button. Get it up, up, up. If you love crypto and you're pumped about crypto pumping, smash the like button. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. When that thing corrected, moved down in the 30s on Bitcoin, I try to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. When Cardano was under $1 and now it's $2.30, I tell y'all, bro, if you had put $1,000 in Cardano, you'd have more than doubled your money already. What's the old saying? You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. Let's see. Brown Bear 765. Morning, Scone. Got to see a close game between Washington Generals and the Harlem Globetrotters last night. Luckily, the Globetrotters won it in the final minute. Good to know. Let's see. Kenneth Martin, morning, Matt. Where the hell has Devontae Lee and Trey Palmer been since committing to the Tigers? I thought they would have set college football on fire with all their hype coming out of high school. Well, Devontae Lee's been back and forth, offense and defense, and Trey Palmer has been buried on a depth chart at receiver that, when he got here, included guys like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and Terrace Marshall, and then in comes Kayshon Boutte. It's one of those spots, man. And you know what you see a lot, and I can't say definitively that this is the case with Palmer, but, a lot of times the reason sometimes guys are great receivers in high school that struggle in college is because the position gets much more intricate. Tyron Johnson was a great example of this. 5-star out of Warren Easton. Freak show athlete. But he gets to LSU. He doesn't understand a route tree. I remember calling a Warren Easton game against, I think it was East Jeff. And he was on that team. And Warren Easton's whole offense was just 3-step drop, jump ball to Tyron Johnson. I mean, because he was bigger and more athletic than every high school defensive back. And so they just throw it up to him. You don't do that in college. You have route tree and route concepts, and you have to understand how to play the position, how to get separation with your body, get into and out of breaks quickly. And all that is part of it. It's why Brian Thomas from Walker has exploded early on, because he understands all that. He was playing in an offense where they had to do all that stuff. So all those guys are super fast and talented and athletic, but he's coming from an offense where he had to do all that. He's a more polished receiver. That's why Odell Beckham got on the field as a freshman over Jarvis Landry, even though Jarvis was like the number 15 overall player in the country. Odell, coming out of Newman, was just a more polished receiver. Jarvis went to Lutcher, which is a great program, but they probably threw the ball 10 times a game total, Joseph Norton, Yankees Braves World Series would be nostalgic. Would be. Brett Dagro, we're not losing to Ole Miss with that horrible defense. I mean, Brett, you do realize that Ole Miss put up 48 in Baton Rouge. You needed a plum miracle last year to hold them off. And you got to go on the road, and keep in mind where that falls on the schedule. I mean, I know nobody wants to hear this, but you're not going undefeated. You're going to lose games. I mean, just like we said last year, they're not losing. They're not losing to Mississippi State. They're not losing to Missouri. Happens, bro. But the other thing about the Ole Miss game that I keep bringing up to people is where it falls on the schedule. You play a gauntlet of 5 straight SEC games, and they're the 5th of 5 consecutive weeks. You're at Mississippi State, home against Auburn, at Kentucky, which is a trap game, by the way, home against Florida, then at Ole Miss. So after you go Mississippi State, Auburn, Kentucky, Florida, then you go to Oxford. the week before your bye, and then bam, I'm telling you, bro, it just falls in a sticky spot on the schedule. Lane is the best offensive coach in the SEC, arguably the best offensive coach in college football. Matt Corral's a veteran quarterback. Look, they scored 48 points in Baton Rouge last year with throwing 5 interceptions. I mean, say what you want, bro. I mean, it's fine. Like, you don't have to agree with me, but people over there say the same thing about you. I mean, LSU's defense last year was trash. Let's see. That was a hot game in Tiger Stadium. My girlfriend says all sports is talking about how we will be good next year. Kind of, unless you listen to me. I just tell you the truth. Tell us you should listen to me. Brett Dagger, I'm pissed. 1996 series, Braves blew a 2-0 lead. Damn, Mark Wohlers. You should go read the great book that Joe Torre wrote called The Yankee Years. It's Joe Torre and Tom Verducci. Well, you may not actually like it, but The Yankee Years. It's a great book, Brett. And the reason I bring it up is because he has a great piece about that 96 World Series. And when they were down 2-0, and Steinbrenner came into his office, dang, I wish I could find it. He talked about how Steinbrenner was always super uptight, and they were down 2-0, and Torrey told him, "Hey, relax. We're gonna win it in 6. Basically, we're about to win the next 4." And they did. But it's funny because Torrey basically told him that, not really believing it, but told him that just to, Nah, I'm not going to find it. Yeah, I'm going to flip through a book. But anyway, it's a good book. If you love baseball, you'll enjoy it. Whether you like the Yankees or not. Really good book. Let's see. Who has a better basketball roster, LSU or Memphis? LSU. Let's see. Trivia Carter, good morning. Let's see. Pegasus J, what's going on, Matt? Hope your weekend is off to a good start. If a wide receiver doesn't step up this week, would they give Fitz a look? All right, I need you to elaborate. If a wide receiver doesn't step up, would they give Fitz? Oh, Larry Fitzgerald. I think Larry Fitzgerald is retired and is going to stay retired. I would assume they would have already made that call, especially considering that Fitzgerald is a slot guy anyway. He's basically Michael Thomas. He's a strong hand guy going over the middle. That makes a ton of sense. So I guess my assumption is they would have done that already. Maybe did, but Fitzgerald is just retired. Could be wrong, but I mean, I would have thought they would have done that already. Chili Vic, expectations for LSU baseball this year and its pitching. Omaha. I legitimately think they can go to Omaha this year. Let's see. He-Man 70525. Scone, can you ask about Terrier's boy-girl theory during night camp? Okay. The best comment we got back from that was somebody said, "Well, then how do I have twins, a boy and a girl?" And that was what you're referring to, maybe. But he said he has a theory on that, like how you get a twins and have a boy and a girl. Cody, did the radio show cause you to lose your hair? That's just male pattern baldness. It's genetics. If you see my dad and my grandfather, you'd understand. Jerry DeLucky, good morning. Cliff Nelson, how do you get in touch with Mr. Fun's Travel? Cliff, they're sold out, man. I mean, you can go to the website, MRFUNS Travel, like MrFunsTravel.com, MRFUNS Travel.com, MrFunsTravel.com. Here's the website. I'll post in the comments. Boom. There you go. They do a great job, man. Strong side. Will Tebow finally hang up the cleats? Yeah, he's done. Bruce Shales, 2 weeks from today. Let's go. Yes, sir. Jerry, you say they know we're coming, so they shouldn't run out of alcohol like Atlanta did. Hey, man, Jerry, as many times as LSU has been to Atlanta, to see that scene before the Peach Bowl, we're broadcasting in the Marriott, in the atrium at the Marriott Marquis, and they have a restaurant bar down. So we're on this like elevated platform deal, and we could see right down into the atrium of this restaurant. And I mean, it had to be noon. And we started 10 a.m., whatever it was. I mean, noon, 1 o'clock, they were floated. Like they were out of like Bud Light, Miller Lite. They were out of domestic beer. It's like, what did y'all think was happening here today? I mean, anyway. I remember being in Atlanta in 2010 for the North Carolina opener. We're at the Omni, right across from the Georgia Dome, attached to the CNN Center. And the first day they were overwhelmed. The next day, they had brought portable bars into the lobby and had people stationed at them to make Bloody Marys and beer and all that sort of stuff. Green Bay, same thing. For the Green Bay trip in 2016, the hotel we were at, they had to bring out portable bars the day of the game into the lobby. They learned the hard way, man. We'll see. And my guess is that's what's going to happen at, the hotels where the LSU fans are staying for this one too. Of course, on the day of work, Ask Rock happens. What's up with my Drew Bucks? Hey, Erica. Trivia wants to know what's up with his Drew Bucks. He still wants us for real? I think so. He said he'll send. She said he'll send you some. All right, let me see if I can catch up here on Facebook. I'm going back and forth. My apologies, y'all. John Gayling, morning, Matt. Can't wait to see Johnson's first season as LSU's baseball coach. I know it's far away, but they should hit a lot of homers. LSU basketball and baseball both should be sensational. I mean, I think football is going to have a great year as well. I mean, you got to define great year, but if they're sitting there at 9-3, New Year's 6, I think that's a fantastic bounce back from a year ago. And I'm picking basketball to go to the Final Four. I think baseball's in Omaha. Legit. Danny Braywood, good morning. John Voorhees, San Diego is the largest alum in California. They'll all come up. Jason Aguilar, good morning. Lon Hamilton, morning, Matt. So pumped for football and the other sport teams LSU has for this year. I spent the last week upgrading my Wi-Fi and smart TVs. I have some serious issues as I have mobile carts with 50-plus inch TVs so I can watch anywhere and everywhere without missing anything or watch 4 to 5 games all at a time. I'm all in. Sounds like it, Lon. Lon, are you married? Antonio Knox. This is a play calling question. I've been a fan of LSU since I was 3 years old. We know LSU is DBU, but it seems we put our DBs in a bad situation playing man coverage, and we should be in safer coverage. Example, Alabama was in the fourth quarter in Baton Rouge, still in man coverage blitzing. You talk about the Yeldon play. So, all right, so first of all, you're talking about different coordinators. So you can't just say LSU. I mean, that was John Chavis. A year ago, you were talking about Bo Pelini. The Mississippi State game last year, they absolutely should have switched to zone coverage. They all acknowledged that later. The Alabama game in 2019 that you reference, Stingley just got caught on the gimmick play where Bama kind of like, they deked him. They faked like they were taking a break, and he looked over to the sideline, and boom, Devontae Smith broke off the line. I mean, that was, give me a break. And the Yeldon play was interesting because actually I've heard the Bama players and coaches talk about that, about having scouted John Chavis, and they knew what he would call on third downs, like in perpetuity, right? Like they knew he was coming on that play. And LSU blitzed, and of course caught him in the blitz, and they threw the screen to Yeldon. So anyway, it's good coaching by the opponent. Let's see, Jason, my aunt died Thursday of COVID. That's my second aunt that has died in 3 weeks. Man, very sorry to hear that, man. Prayers to your family, man. Jason Souls, route running for receivers is like pass protection for running back. It takes time and reps. Tim Witten, good morning. Reagan, is it safe to say Brian Thomas starts or at least begins to start at some point this season? Yeah, that's safe. Is Corral a legit NFL prospect? I mean, he's on everybody's NFL mock drafts and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, unless if something dramatically changed this year, yeah. Daryl Dennis Scone, who do you think will be an impact player on defense or offense? A name nobody's brought up at all. Yeah, Daryl, I don't know that you can go to a name that nobody's brought up at all. I mean, because everybody's kind of talking about everybody right now. I mean, I would say offense, a guy that's probably going to surprise is Jack Besh, because I think they're going to use him as a flex tight end, and that's going to cause some problems for linebackers and safeties trying to cover him. I think he'll have a nice impact. And defensively, we're not, even though he's been around for 6 years, we're not really talking about Andre Anthony, but I think Ali Gay is going to command so much attention that the other side, almost like a Trey Hendrickson situation last year, I think Andre Anthony's going to have a big year. Freakishly athletic, fits a 3-4 better, hand in the dirt. I think Anthony's going to have a big year.
I'm going to get dressed. Are we doing this?
Yeah? What?
Are there questions or?
Do we have Ask You Rock questions? If not, she's getting dressed. Let's see, do we have Ask You Rocks? Maybe not. Maybe we don't have Ask You Rocks. Trivia, you might be in luck. As always, y'all shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. After Hours Clinic is open today and always on the weekends. Bypass the ER, go to Brock. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. A lot of people waiting for that hurricane to come through to file their insurance claim. Don't do it. Check your homeowner's policy. A lot of times, your named storm deductible is higher than your wind hail deductible. So if you had hail at your house, in the last 6 months or so, with all that hail that came through in the spring, let us come now. What if you get a brand new roof for $1,000? Better than if you got like a $15,000 hurricane deductible. HudcoRoofing.com. Let us come take a look. HudcoRoofing.com. Will you explain the other 3 conference alliance and what that entails and how they run their seasons? It's likely going to be a scheduling alliance, Jared, to give them better non-conference games and to keep some of those games away from the SEC. But honestly, and we had Ross Dellinger on the show yesterday to talk about it, there isn't a lot of definition to it yet. So no one really knows exactly what it's going to be. Josh Higgins, thanks, Matt. Now I have that goofy number 1 punter song stuck in my head. I'm the number 1 punter. Wow, 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 wow. The number 1 punter. Wow, 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 wow. James Bond, Jackie Chan, and that MacGyver. Yeah, bruh. Tim Witten. Larry sounds like he's done. I think so. Fitzgerald is. Brandon Lejeune. Hell of a basketball segment yesterday, Boot Up. Telling you, if you missed it, about halfway through hour 2, third segment of hour 2 yesterday. Go check it out if you missed it, right around 4:30. Kelly Gross, good morning. Clifford Moore, good morning. Danny Braywick. What's the exchange of Drew Bucks and Shrewd Bucks? Jason Soul, San Diego is awesome. LA is overrated. Hopefully LSU comes out and gets a win and will be the least hostile road stadium they play all year. That's true. But it will be beautiful. Carroll is Jay Winston 2.0. Oh, Matt Corral. So he's going to be the first overall pick in the draft? That's pretty good. Brad Jones, win the Heisman and be the first overall pick? That's pretty good. Brad Jones, my first LSU game was North Carolina in the Georgia Dome. They ran out of alcohol, so we had to look for Bloody Marys in the morning. Good times. Yeah, man. That happened. Anthony started showing out at the end of the season. Defense suits him better. I mean, he's a 4-3 end who was playing in a 3-4 his whole career at LSU up to that point. If he stays healthy, Andre Anthony could have a big year. Let's see, Brian, I was in Cincy last night. Everybody I see either had a Burrow or a Chase jersey. I got to go Tigers, where I dropped off last night, made me smile. It's Big Ten country. Heck yeah, man. Dude, just think about it. Not only Cincy, but Cleveland as well. I mean, all the LSU guys in Cleveland with, unfortunately, Jacob Phillips is hurt again, but Jacob Phillips and Grant Delpit, Greedy Williams, you got a bunch of guys there, man. Bunch of LSU guys there in Ohio. Wearing your natty shirt, yeah, man. Jason Aguilar at Ask E-Rock. Ask E-Rock.
You ready?
Ask E-Rock.
You just have one or?
Oh, no, they're lined up.
Okay, well, let me put this in.
And she's going to put her stuff down, and she's coming over here for a little Ask E-Rock. DC, the Bayou Bengal, what's up? Cody Boudreaux, question for Matt. Before I begin setting up for a 1-year-old birthday party, Jordy mentioned something about whiskey and wine coming back in some form. Please tell me you guys aren't doing separate shows. I mean, we're absolutely doing separate shows, unfortunately. I would imagine he would do something post-game. It would be silly for him not to do something post-game. Our show will be, and maybe we don't call it whiskey and wine, I don't know, but excuse me. But our show will be at Don Juan again, and it'll be me and Rohan. So, but yeah, I mean, we can't do a show together. So, Tournament, I get asked about that every day, man. I mean, every day. Like, every day. Every day I get asked about whiskey and wine, and every day I get asked about Cardell Thomas. T. Termini, good morning. Hunter Picard, good morning. Bubba Tatum, biggest upset week 1, ULL over Texas? Nah. Dave Vindur, good morning. Are the baseball practices open to the public? They were under Maneri. I assume they will be with Jay Johnson as well. Another reason the SEC championship should be in New Orleans every year, the lack of alcohol will never be a problem. Well, I've said for years, Jerry, they should rotate it. It should go Atlanta, New Orleans. It should rotate every year. Go Atlanta, New Orleans, Atlanta, New Orleans. So it's in an East and a West, rotating annually. They'll never do it, but I've said that for years. It should rotate annually. Like Atlanta, New Orleans, Atlanta, New Orleans. They should just volley back and forth every year. So it's in the East and in the West. Both cities are great to host, all that stuff. Matt Tyler, Stingley got beaten, man, at the end of the game, too. Yeah, I remember. And it was a bajillion to nothing. And, and Devontae Smith's really good. That's okay. They shouldn't have been playing man at that point, I agree. West Bolish, yo, Matt. Favorite Coach Garrett story from CHS. He once told our PE class freshman year to line up shortest to tallest in alphabetical order. The reaction was amazing. That's why the game came down to an onside kick. It didn't come down to an onside kick because LSU got the first down with Burrow.
Why did you say no nothing about sports yesterday when I texted you about Roy?
Well, you don't.
But that had nothing to do with that. I didn't say like who's will wait. Then you could say you know nothing about sports, but I was making like a engaging comment, and you said that.
You texted me during my show.
Why is this like go over, huh?
Huh?
Does this desk go over?
I don't think so.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ask E-Rock. Cliff Nelson. Ask E-Rock.
There's no, I came across my leg.
Well, then move the
Yeah, no, it's
desk.
just weird. This desk is definitely scooped.
Push it.
I can, it won't move, it's heavy.
Mm.
Oh, thank you.
Lord, child.
Well,
I mean, you just went a little too far.
sorry. Okay, sorry. What? Good morning.
Cliff Nelson.
Good morning, Cliff.
By the way, Eric is
Where's
here.
that camera? I feel like it's close.
Not even close to you.
Okay.
Nowhere close. It's at the end of the blue thing. Like you're not even.
I'm at the end of the
You're
blue
not
thing.
even remotely close to the picture.
Okay.
For those who don't know, this is my wife Erica.
Hi.
She doesn't want to come on camera ever.
Because I just get out of bed.
So did I.
You're a boy.
So-
Girls are different.
So she asks, you can ask her questions. Ask you, Rock. French toast or waffles?
Waffles. My dad's waffles only.
Do you know that they call French toast, it has a nickname, like dry bread or something? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Hang on. Wait, hang
Who
on.
calls it that?
Hang
No,
on.
That's silly.
What do they call it? Lost bread.
No.
Yeah, lost
Who
bread.
says that? Who says that?
So, in French, the dish is called pain perdu, meaning lost bread.
I think French. I would never eat lost bread.
Oh, it's French toast.
Yeah.
Lost bread.
No, I'm not calling it lost bread.
Lost bread. French toast is lost bread. So, did you answer, by the way?
I said my dad's waffles.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I'm looking through the other comments before I get to the rest of the ASCII rocks.
Oh.
By the way, smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. Brett says I'd sacrifice a 500 football season if it meant a Final Four and CWS in 2022. What do you think, Erica? Would you rather go 500 football and have Final Four and College World Series, or do better in football and not do good in those other two?
Well, living with you, I wish we did better in football
Why?
because you get very angry. So I'd rather forsake the basketball that's hasn't been to the Final Four in a while for you not to be so angry
Okay.
in football season.
Tim Witten switched to YouTube to see what all the fuss is about. Cliff Nelson, ASCII Rock. Name storms or unnamed storms?
I like the names.
She likes the names.
I do because it's easy to keep track of them then.
Smash the like. Drew Bucks for bites. For biddies. Sanjay Gore says Matt, MJ or Kobe? MJ, that's not even a question. Do you have a thought? MJ or Kobe?
No.
Okay. Matthew, trivia. Really, people? He's upset about us doing ASCII Rock.
Trivia, I don't get it.
I know,
You're here.
you're here and you're commenting.
You're here. It doesn't
You're
make
here,
sense to
you're
me.
commenting.
Trivia.
I know.
That
Matthew,
really people could have been a question.
I know.
Why don't you use this anymore? You never use this.
I know.
Why
Matthew,
not?
Matthew Lusto, ASCII Rock. If she take 1 ADA for a Drew Buck, that's the price for trivia. ADA is Cardano, which is a cryptocurrency. And she rolls her eyes.
Because why can't they just call it normal things? Crypto makes it sound like it's all silly. Like I think that word totally like gives such a ridiculous tone to what y'all are doing here. If they didn't call it crypto and they call it something like
Digital?
Yes, thank you.
Call it a digital asset.
The
How about
crypto, okay, it sounds like y'all trying to play like Superman or something. Like that's what I think of. I think y'all trying to play like you're superheroes with your capes and stuff. Call it digital. That's so much more adult. I feel like it's an adult way to say it. I feel like we're playing with kids here when we say that other word. So I think it's fake. But yeah, I would take whatever for Drew Bucks are just free because they're so cute.
Kenneth Martin, are you and Jordy still friends? Do y'all talk to each other? Absolutely. Jordy's not working at Garrett anymore, so we can't be friends anymore.
Well, they didn't know maybe y'all had some bad blood.
Not
I
at
hear
all.
it. I know you didn't, but
You hear what?
I mean, I understand why people might ask that. Because, like, maybe y'all had bad blood, or maybe
Why would
he's
we
like,
have bad blood?
I don't know, maybe y'all got into a fight.
I love the guy.
Maybe y'all fought. Maybe that's why he left. Who knows?
Everybody saw us do whiskey and wine. That's everybody does this.
But babe, it's okay to ask that question.
No, that makes sense. It's like, so if someone works at your school and then they don't work at the school, they say like, do y'all hate each other?
No, good ask.
2455 Rockstar, ASCII Rock. Do you believe in Terrio's boy-girl theory?
I don't know what that is.
I'll explain.
But I did like his letter yesterday to all those parents out there who try to be cool. Because everybody would think Ryan's like a cool parent and tries to do that stuff, but he doesn't. He's a heavy disciplinarian. I had to talk him down many a time when he was ready to get on Houston about forgetting things and stuff, and or kind of help Houston without Ryan knowing that I was helping out. So yeah, no, he's hardcore parenting.
Trivia Carter, how dare you use me and ask E-Rock while I'm working?
Trivia.
You're
Do
here.
you see this total contradiction right now?
I mean, you're here. You're commenting. You're watching. You're commenting. Jonathan Martin, what's up, Scone? Are y'all to drop some merch of the new AFR logo?
I want him to. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Why not?
Rob Sense, was there a bidding war for Rohan services? I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Probably to come on the show.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what Jordy's going to do. I really don't. I mean, we talked probably about maybe a week or two ago. He's going to be in LA. So we're on the same trip we are. Same flight, same hotel, so. No. Let's see. What about Gordy and Jordy? The public wants whiskey and wine. We love Matt, Jordy, and Rohan laughing and talking about the game post-game. I mean, that's great, Cody, but it's not happening. I mean, thank you, but it's not happening. Like, you just need to accept that reality, that it's not going to happen. Ask E-Rock, who hit the first home run in the Field of Dreams game?
Kevin Costner.
Nailed it.
I don't even know what that is. Did he make some show or something? Trying to do a remake right now?
So the movie Field of Dreams came out like in 1989.
Yeah.
And it's about a farmer in Iowa who heard this voice and was like, if you build it, it will come. And so he built a baseball field out of his corn, like out of his crop. He carved out of his crop and built a baseball field. Well, turns out that all these ghosts came out of the corn to play baseball. These old baseball players.
You like this show?
They weren't like, woo, ghosts. They're baseball players.
I'm watching some corn farmer.
Corn farmer, not
farmer.
corn former. Not a corn former, a corn farmer. Anyway.
I don't watch somebody run around on a tractor.
But basically, it's
Weekend at Bernie's too only.
It's this guy who didn't really have a relationship with his dad, and his dad comes back out of the corn like he's dead.
This is the worst movie ever.
Anyway.
Do you hear how ridiculous it sounds when you describe it?
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
So anyway,
I'll stick to
Major
Bernie.
League Baseball built a stadium on that site. So the set is still there, the house and the corn and the field that they built for the movie, and people go to it to watch it, to see it and all that stuff. Well, Major League Baseball built a stadium, and they had a game. That's what came on last week, the Yankees and the White Sox. So they call it the Field of Dreams game. That's what they're talking about.
Okay.
Wes Bullish, ask E-Rock, favorite band or musical artist?
I like bands, like one guy shows. Like I like Jack Johnson or Dave Matthews.
Solo artists. But Dave Matthews was the band. The Dave Matthews Band.
Which is really just him.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it's the singer.
Boyd Tinsley played the violin, was really good. Leroy Moore is the saxophonist. Carter Beauford is the drummer.
I don't need them.
Yeah, you really did, actually.
So yeah, I like, excuse me, I like more of like the
Stephen Lessard was the bassist.
I like the single guy thing.
Okay. Cliff Nelson, ask E-Rock, Lenny blowing his horn or trivia hounding you about sending stuff?
I don't know. I like Lenny's horn because it's so funny. It always like pops in at like most random times.
Tim Witten, ask E-Rock, does Matt go crazy over Saints or LSU football?
Oh God. They're equally terrible, by the way. Football season is not so fun in this house. I mean, if they win, it's awesome. But if I see they're gonna lose, I'm like, ugh, it's gonna be a long weekend, it's a long night. Thank God you're not like abusive.
Erica.
I'm just saying, like, you're not. But like, if you were, you get very upset. Not at me. You just get very emotional. You emote the most during football season. Other times you just stone cold. But you emote so much. So I don't know. I mean,
You say.
I said, thank God you're not.
But why would you?
Because that would be so bad.
Right. It's so bad no matter what.
But I'm just saying, well, I know that.
Okay, let's move on. Ask E-Rock.
That wasn't a bad thing.
Crypto or horseradish?
Well, I mean, horseradish is just a horrible word.
Well, that's the point. That's what he's saying.
But
Which is
at
a
least
horseradish.
crypto just has like
What
that
about
like.
what about crypto or moist?
they're two totally different things. You gotta put like horseradish and moist together. And
Horseradish or moist?
I go with horseradish.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
Mark Allen thinking about boycotting the show until I see the outdoor kitchen. It's not ready.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where y'all are sitting, Matt? Our section is 29A. Do not know yet. I've not got my ticket. I'm sure I'll get it when I go there. Ask E-Rock's Saturday morning rants or Matt's rants.
What are Saturday morning rants?
I guess like your rants on Saturday mornings.
Oh, mine. I'm not a fan of your rants.
Ask E-Rock, did you watch Alf as a kid?
Yeah, I did. Is that brown furry guy? Not really. Like it maybe once or twice, but I don't know like the old guy's name or anything like that.
He was an alien. He ate cats. Remember that?
He ate cats.
Alf ate good at cats.
Okay, no, I obviously did not watch it. No, the answer's no.
When's fall practice starting baseball? Usually October. Cliff Nelson asked E-Rock, what about some Team Drew merch?
I always love that. I wear it all the time. I need some more of that. I need to get you some more.
Matt, what's your favorite quote from Major League from Euchre? I mean, everyone goes just a bit outside. Ball 4, ball 8, ball Vaughn has walked the bases. How can the layoff pitch this close? I'd probably go. When he goes, he's doing the show. He goes, if you haven't noticed it, judging by the attendance, you haven't. The Indians have managed to win a game here or there. Anyway, okay. Erica doesn't think it's fun. Ask E-Rock, the mosh pit or second line?
Not a mosh pit.
Got it.
Second line. Second line is happy. Mosh pit, everybody's angry. I don't like anger, people. I don't like anger at all. I don't like anger. Happiness. Funniness. I love funny things.
Ask E-Rock, how hot is it in Baton Rouge?
It is so hot. Oh my gosh. If you're on carpool duty, like myself, every day, it's hot.
Ask E-Rock.
But you know it's not so hot? Excuse me. Outdoors, we don't have to wear a mask. So I don't have to have a mask on during carpool. That brings the temperature down at least 20 degrees.
20 degrees.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was so bad last year. So it's hot, but I'm always like, it was way worse last year when I had that mask on.
Ask E-Rock, what do you think about the bulldozer falling off the truck on Acadian Thruway?
Was anybody hurt?
I don't know. I don't think
It's
so.
awful. That's so scary. I always worry about things falling off the interstate.
Ask E-Rock, will her dad be the featured guest chef at the soon-to-be opened outdoor kitchen?
Yeah. Usually, when I go to my sister's house, my dad always cooks on their stuff.
Ask E-Rock, how is the outdoor kitchen coming along? A lot of questions about the outdoor kitchen.
Well, because it's been going on for a while now. It's coming. Still got a good bit of work to do out there, though. I mean, we got a lot left to do, but it's
We don't have a lot left to do. Countertops. We do countertops and then put the appliances in.
And fix all the stuff that needs to be fixed, too. I mean,
It's a punch list, but everything has a punch list.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah.
We're almost done. The whole thing's built. We just got to get the countertops and then put the appliances in.
Yeah, it just seems...
It's on us to pick the countertops.
No, I've asked. No, that's not us anymore. I said I need to see a sample, so we're waiting on them.
I need to ask for the sample of what,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I
what's
mean,
in
so
budget.
we're not holding anything up here. So yeah, I mean, it's almost done, but I feel like it's a little ways away because we have a lot of little things that need to be fixed and done out there too. So.
Ask E-Rock, is it a mimosa type morning?
No, because I gotta go to the grocery stores and run errands. So I like mimosas on like Sundays when I don't have anything to do.
Ask E-Rock, do you like gas grill or charcoal taste?
I don't really know the difference because I don't love steak. I don't like grilled chicken out there. I like to do kebabs, and from Maxwell's they have the best kebabs. But I do take the bacon off the shrimp first. And so I don't
She
think
wants bacon wrapped
No, I
shrimp
don't want bacon wrapped shrimp. Shrimp, but they always
with
put
the
the bacon on.
bacon off of it.
I just want the bacon. I want the I just want the bacon on there, but they only come that way.
Jason Souls is playing for Ole Miss. Hurt Matt Corral with the national media. Vote for the Heisman. Not if they win a bunch, Jason. I mean, just Eli was the Heisman runner-up in 2003. I mean, we lost to Jason White, but Jason White and Oklahoma were undefeated that year, and he threw for a bajillion yards and was number one in the country and all that stuff. So.
Oh, you know what I like when you do the number one punter thing? That's so cute.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm the number one punter. We did that because we had to do something with Jordy.
No, I know. Why can't I be the bad voice that does that? You say I have such a bad voice.
You do.
So why couldn't I do that one?
You weren't at studio the day that I needed to have that cut.
Oh.
Jason, who do you think is going to be our breakout stud running back?
Me? Stingley.
He's not a running back.
No.
Ask E-Rock, will your dad and Matt get into a wrestling match over the first to cook on the outdoor kitchen, and who will win?
No, we're not getting a wrestling match. My dad will always cook when I ask him, like, hey, do you mind cooking such and such? But otherwise, he's not going to step on your toes.
Ask E-Rock, does she hate Dwight like Matt does?
Dwight bothers me. He's so negative, first of all. He's very negative. He's very, like, sneaky. I like Jim. I like the big guy.
Stanley?
Yeah.
You like Stanley?
I like Kevin.
Kevin.
Love Kevin. He's funny. My favorite, I mean, Steve Carell's the best. Like, he's the funniest on the whole show. I don't really like Dwight. He could go. I don't need
That was my point. We were doing overrated, underrated. And Musso asked, Dwight Schrute, I said overrated.
Oh, I
I can do without Dwight.
He didn't need to be on the show at all.
Now, Dwight was the butt of a lot of Jim and Pam's jokes and antics.
Yeah.
So you needed that guy there to be the recipient of the...
Yeah.
But he himself, I think, his
Yeah.
character. Ask E-Rock, would you ride a seahorse for $10,000?
I would, because they don't exist. Matt.
Seahorses were this big, Erica.
Really?
Did you think it was like a horse underwater?
No, those things with a curly tail, it's fake.
They're not fake.
It has a curly tail in real life, though?
They're real, and they're like this big.
I don't know. Well, I don't think I fit on one, everybody, so...
You would not, because they're this big.
Okay. We stacked a bunch of them on each other.
Ask E-Rock, what's your favorite scratch-off ticket?
Oh, I don't even know. Pick 3.
Ask E-Rock, her dad's lost bread versus anyone else's waffles.
Yeah, anything my dad cooks is so good. I'd rather that than a restaurant any day. So yes, my dad's never cooked a lost bread though. I've never asked for that. What?
Henry Gordon Bennett, morning Matt. Since there's so many comments about Jordy, if I ever need to be introduced for something, I want Jordy doing it. He introduces everyone like they're being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Best hype man ever, LOL. He does.
What?
Like whenever he has a guest coming on the show, his lead up, his intro,
Yeah.
he'll go through every accolade they ever did, and
Yeah.
best this, greatest player that. I'm just like, Ross Dellinger, Sports Illustrated, so just get into it,
Yeah.
But he does. That's good. Oh man. Ask E-Rock, will the Lafayette Little League team bounce back from the losers bracket to win the Little League World Series?
I think they have a chance. They have a shot.
Really? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they have a shot.
Ben Giat, E-Rock, Stanley cheats on his wife and his girlfriend at the same time. You have to go with Creed. His plays himself.
Stanley cheated on his wife?
And his girlfriend at the same time, apparently. I don't remember that.
I didn't know Stanley was married.
I can't believe anybody would sleep with Stanley.
I was gonna say, who's hooking up with Stanley?
I know.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Jason, I'm dead. She said seahorses are fake. I can't deal. LOL.
Y'all, tell me who's seen a seahorse.
Go to any aquarium. Go to literally any aquarium and there's seahorses.
I just thought they were like unicorns. Why is that so fun? This is not, I mean, everybody knows there's a seahorse now because we brought it up.
Erica, people know seahorses. Call Sophia right now. Call our 10-year-old niece.
She's at gym.
And call Eli.
No. We don't need to do all this. I'm on the shot now. I feel like I am.
You are not in the
just
shot.
all you have to say is no, babe. No, you don't have to be exasperated.
If you're on YouTube, smash out at 45 watching, only 32 likes. Why don't people watch?
Because no one likes when you say smash the like.
Smash the like. If you like when I say smash the like, smash the like.
I would not. Just for that. Oh, how many did you get, babe?
Gotta give 33. Boom.
Can you just say press the like button?
No,
Hit
just
the like
smash it.
button?
35. If you're watching on mobile, X out of the live chat, hit the thumbs up, go right back to the live chat. We're not going to go anywhere. You just won't see the comments for a second, and then you'll come right back to the comments. 37. Oh, we got 3 thumbs downs.
Because that word smash is so off-putting.
No, it's because there's people who are very just generally unhappy people in life. And they make a point to like come to my videos every day and hit a thumbs down because they don't like me.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's very stupid. It's like...
That's childish.
It is.
So let's not... Why are we talking about them? Don't give them the time of day.
I was just pointing... we're up to 40 now.
Yeah. Smash is just like a very sexual term that I think is inappropriate. Isn't it? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when you say that, like, to public.
Asky Rock, will we have grill lines on the sausage in the outdoor grill?
Yes, we will, because the sausage is not cooked unless there are those black lines on it. I remember when you tried to feed me that raw sausage at our party.
Sausage is not raw. It's already cooked. All you have to do is heat it up.
I need the black lines. Always had black lines on my sausage. Always.
Ask E-Rock, going to Mr. Milkshake today, peanut butter chocolate or tiramisu?
Mr. Milkshake. The Yard. Peanut butter chocolate tiramisu. I don't like tiramisu. I don't like that flavor. I do peanut butter chocolate.
E-Rock's dad should be on with Jay Ducote on Friday's AFR during football season. Maybe we'll get him in there one day.
My dad is so not like the social media or any type. Like, he's just so to himself, which is very funny.
Ask E-Rock, Boom Boom Shrimp or Devils on Horseback?
What is a devil's on horseback?
I think that's...
Like deviled eggs?
No. I think that's... I think those are walk-ons. I think those are walk-ons dishes because they had the Angels on horseback. So I don't know what Devils on horseback is though. Hey, Drew. It's the other side.
He's holding on to.
Oh, is his diaper falling off?
I can't tell. Ryan?
Hey, Drew, you want to come say hi to Dad? Dad show? Oh yeah, his diaper. Look, his diaper's down his leg. It's
Why is that funny?
Because he's in dino jammies. It's like he's pulling up his diaper.
You need me to help your diaper? We.
It's almost to his kneecap.
Oh, he's going Reese. That's what he's doing.
Oh.
Reese for Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Reese.
I need to change the diaper because if he has poop, that's going to be bad.
I know. Ask E-Rock, name a continent.
Oh my gosh, there's 7 of them, people.
Ask E-Rock, would you rather go hunting or fishing?
Never will I hunt in my life. I will never kill a thing.
Ask E-Rock, if seahorses aren't real, does that mean Santa Claus is fake too?
No, he is so real. He comes every year.
Ask E-Rock.
Come to my house.
Trivia card or Ask E-Rock? No, he said, come on E-Rock, you're an educator, you're killing me. Seahorses are real.
I'm not a botanist. I'm a freaking guidance counselor.
Botany would be plants.
I'm not a marine biologist. I'm a guidance counselor.
Ask E-Rock, if Matt paid you NIL money, will you come on camera?
If I'm fully made up and done, I mean, I'm vain. I tell you all the time. Like, I am very much, like, very concerned about appearance of myself. I don't care what anybody else looks like. But I'm very critical of me. So if I got, like, if I would have hair and makeup, if you would bring in a hair and makeup artist, then I would. But if I'm going on camera, I want to be, like, done. Like all the other people on camera getting done up.
Ask E-Rock, seahorses or unicorns?
Unicorns. I'm much rather a unicorn than a seahorse. If we're talking mythical creatures.
They're not mythical creatures. They're real.
Nope.
Call the aquarium on a landline about the seahorses. E-Rock, we love you. You make my weekend official.
Oh, who said that?
Jason Aguilar.
Well, Jason Aguilar, that might be the nicest thing ever.
Danny Braywick.
Do I make your weekend, Matt?
Always. Danny Braywick said, I'm switching to YouTube just to smash the like.
Oh, well, thank you, Danny.
All right.
Okay.
We're done.
We're done. Okay.
She probably thinks the song is about her.
What?
You're So Vain. You know the song You're So Vain? You're So
Oh, yeah.
Vain. Probably think the song is about her.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all have an awesome day. As always, shout out to Brock and Hudco. You want to tell them to call Hudco?
Yeah, call Hudco if you need a roof. I don't know the number, but Hudco.com. HudcoRoofing.com.
HudcoRoofing.com. HudcoRoofing.com. Okay. Peace. Asky Rock, favorite ice cream flavor?
I love a mint chocolate chip. Love a mint chocolate chip.